welcome. Sports Talk Live for the culture. How's it going, fellas?
It's all good in the hood.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's all good in the hood.
All good.
How was that Turkey Day for you guys?
It's beautiful, man. You know, family, turkey,
Football.
football.
It wasn't too. It started.
Can't lose.
You know, my day. That second plate don't hit the same when you take that L.
Yeah,
especially on that late game.
really doesn't. Really doesn't.
Definitely, we took that L.
Should have got that wishbone out of there. That's
Yeah.
what you should have did.
It started. Started making some plays. For some better days. But yeah, definitely we want to jump into the NFL, the National Football League, here as we jump into Week 13 coming up. And the talk of the league is Mr. Action Jackson. Lamar Jackson. They
The talk, too.
The talk of the league. The Baltimore Ravens dismantled, and when I say dismantled, I mean dismantled, in L.A., going back to Cali. I don't think so. Like, they went in there, what was it, 45-6?
Yeah, something ugly.
Something like
to
that.
let us believe that you need to just, you're not doing nothing.
And they dismantled the latest, the former talk of the league, McVay, the genius, Goff. Defensively, the Ravens got after him, and offensively, the Ravens posed many difficult questions, and the answers definitely weren't in the back of the book. And and the Rams had no answer for them. Lamar played a sensational game, running, throwing. Right now, he laid claim to his MVP, because a lot of times when people who vote for the MVP don't get to see you because they follow their own teams or whatever they have to do. But that was Monday night, prime time. Everybody's watching in LA, in Los Angeles, the big city of lights. And it was lights, camera, action. So what do you guys think of his performance on Monday night?
I think it was awesome. I think his performance actually made everybody forget how we just beat Green Bay down. We did a number on Green Bay too. Let's not forget our defense got at it too.
1 o'clock tomorrow.
But it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this boy, man, what he's able to do with his legs, and then when they put the ball in his hands to throw and make a play, how he's able to still make that play. It's like, yeah, he's different right now, man. Like, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for 1 o'clock need to come.
Oh yeah. But he's must see TV. I think the what stands out for me more than anything is his throws, man. Like, we know what he could do athletically.
Yeah, look who's in the building.
Okay.
Nate's in the building.
Yeah. I lost my money. I said 3 o'clock he was coming.
But he's he's athletically, man.
Yeah.
He's just like, we very rarely get to see anything like this. Now, we have guys that come around that have been here, but like Vic comes to mind, Randall, athletically under center, Steve Young,
Roger the Dodger, don't forget about Roger
the Dodger,
Staubach.
Fran Tarkenton. But in the history of the NFL, is if you can say that it's not 10 guys who have looked like this, then you're doing something. You that special. But the one thing that I like about what's happening and what they're doing is the fact that I and this is kudos to the organization, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the organization.
Okay. Because they have catered to him, as opposed to usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So that lets you know alone how special you are when coaches start catering to what you could do.
And they want to play for him, and definitely the team and everything is rallying around him. The pick in the draft, Heisman Trophy winner, and that gets me to John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh sat down. And
Great coach.
They had a conversation, and he said specifically, "I'm not tied to any offensive scheme. I'm tied to winning. And if we got something we can develop around this young man, well, let's do it and let's develop it." And,
gotta love it.
And that's what they did. They got the offensive coordinator for San Fran, who when Kaepernick was there, was the offensive coordinator now for Baltimore. His name escapes me right now. But he's put together a system, and they have really challenged his defenses, vertically and running. The quarterback's unaccounted for. It really, really slows the defensive down, your outside linebackers and everything. And it was interesting when I started taking a look at them this year. Is last year in the playoffs, the LA Chargers moved their secondary up into linebackers positions because they had speed to tackle Jackson. And this year, the Ravens came back with a 3 tight end set. 3 tight ends that are physical, strong, can catch the ball downfield. And when you want to put some smaller guys up there, you want to put a little D-back up there, that tight end is, 6'5", 240, 250. We're going to run the ball on you.
Whole another set of problems.
Yeah, and they got Ingram between the tackles, a smash mouth. So just the
one of the very few who wants to line up and get dirty.
Yeah,
not too many of them.
Yeah, that wants to put his head down, and we say you about that life, running between the tackles, and they're very physical, true to the Baltimore, standard. And their defense is not too shabby either.
Nah.
I mean, they play.
I think their defense first. That's what makes them special.
And they play, Ravens football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just sat quietly under the bridge while other teams got the limelight in that division and said, look, we're going to put something together and we're just going to come to play. We're going to play football week in and week out and see what happens. And the Ravens organization is one of the top organizations in the league. We talked about and discussed before, year in, year out, they're going to play football. You're not one.
Yes, they are.
You're going to see 2-14, 3-13.
Nah.
Collapse.
Not in their pedigree.
They make the decisions that need to be made, the difficult ones, moving on from veteran players, and they have a culture in there and a culture of winning. And that leads us to tomorrow at 1:00.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco 49ers coming to the East Coast. They're coming to Baltimore. They're going to see Weebay and Snoop and all of them down there.
You sure? I think it's what's the weather? You got to check the weather. I don't think they standing outside.
They coming down to be more. And the 49ers are bringing a tremendous defense. Tremendous defensive line. And just like the Ravens offensively, when the Ravens made changes offensively, the Niners made changes defensively. The Niners, they drafted first-round draft picks at the defensive line, which we all say the quarterback must go down. He must go down hard. Rest in peace, Al Davis. But they brought in a defensive coordinator with a Seattle Seahawks pedigree, and they were attempting to play the cover 3, and they even brought in Richard Sherman. But one year they were okay. The next year they were terrible, and they scratched it and said, look, we're going to do our own thing. Like, we're not going to just say we're going to be a cover 3 team. We got to do we have to put together a system that's very effective for the players that we have and in place. And they really bring the pressure. Like, they blitz Aaron Rodgers out the stadium.
I love what they do now.
On first down, they sent 7 or 8 guys after him. Like, look, you're the best player, but we're going to get the ball out your hands quickly.
Yeah. Why should I sit back and let you do what you want to do? No, it doesn't go down like that.
So Jonathan, you're Niners Nation. What's your feel coming into this game, coming into Baltimore? 1 p.m. start, right?
Yeah.
10 a.m. body clock for you guys. What's your take? Coming into this game. B More was on the West Coast on Monday. Very short week for them. You got to fly back across the country, and then Shaw at 1:00. What's your take?
Take is I'm just glad we got these 3 games under our belt. 1 against the Seahawks and 2 against Arizona. Even though athletically, I don't think neither one of those quarterbacks, is him.
Yeah.
I believe Russell has a different brain than him as far as scrambling, but I don't think as far as the speed and everything that they're not him strength, the ability to get away. But I think that's going to help us because that's what was killing us in both of those games, and all 3 of those games was when they would do the read to the running back, Bosa just go. Like, he just be going, and then Russell run right past him,
Yeah.
And so they was like, so with that being said, I think they going over that film. They watching how Arizona quarterback ran all over us, and I think they really gonna come ready. And I think they're upset about this points that everybody talking about how bad they beat the Rams, and we just beat Green Bay, who we all know that Green Bay is better than the Rams this year. We beat them pretty much the same score. So it's a little upset maybe for my defense. They're a little upset that everybody's talking about how the Rams lost. When Rams with a banged up running back, Goff is not what everybody thought if he doesn't have a running game. So,
You know what I said? Be upset. 1 o'clock, just be ready.
hey, I think that's what I want.
I love those points. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I love those points, especially on the teaser. You got the Niners plus 14. I take that all day, every day. I don't
Niners
know who
plus
they
14. Wow.
play. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's
We first team to been number one and as an underdog. It was first time.
Okay.
on the road. That's gonna be interesting. What I want to jump into Jimmy G. Big game for him. He on the road. He went head to head with Russ. Russ got the dub in his home turf. Hey, quarterback and coach, only people that have a record. That's the way it goes. So, what do you think about Jimmy G? Big game for Jimmy G on the road against this Ravens defense. Got to prove his mettle.
Big
No.
game.
It's
It's a big game. It's a big game. We want to win, but I do want everybody to stop saying every game we walk into, this is the test. Y'all said every game, every week. How's every week? This is the test for the night.
Not every week.
No, I'm not
every week.
into. I'm not 100% sold on Super Bowl with the Niners and everything. I'm not sold like that. But I don't like every time we get up the bat. It's like once we take a L, it's they not what we thought. We just beat Green Bay who only lost 2 games. Yeah, I don't like that.
Hey man, these fair weather fans out
We
here
allowed to
that be
lose a
saying
game.
stuff like that.
We allowed to lose a game and keep playing. You know,
yeah.
I don't. That's what I don't get. Baltimore lost 2 games already,
I
right?
seen Eagles
Yeah.
fans want McCown to come in. You know what I'm saying?
know,
So it happens,
I just don't like it. Every time we step on the field, it's like we're 0-0, and this is the big game. If we lose this, we're 1-0.
Well,
0-1.
they only say that to certain teams, so that means. I mean, why are they saying it?
When the spotlight on you,
Yeah,
that's
why
what
are they
happens.
saying-
It come with the territory.
Yeah, have
You know?
y'all what?
They-
I'm not. I like what y'all are doing, but at the end of the day, if we talk wins, losses, and stuff, then y'all really didn't do anything. So that's where it comes from.
The Packers lost 2 games this season, right?
So what? But
Before they met us.
were you scared of them before they played?
I'm always scared of Aaron Rodgers. My whole career, my whole time.
Not
since-
with the
since
team,
Aaron
not
Rodgers
with the
came there.
49er team that you see playing now.
Since Aaron Rodgers came there, I'm always scared of
Listen, the
Aaron Rodgers.
49ers is built for let's do whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, we
That's how they
physical,
built
but
for.
they physical. This is
Right.
gonna be the first
Nah.
time 2 physical teams really, going to try to push each other around.
Now, see this team coming in. That's now you can measure. You see what I'm saying? Because we know what you're dealing with. Green Bay, they don't scare anybody. Is Green Bay good? Yeah, but they not scaring me. I'm not.
Yeah.
Baltimore is scary.
Nah, this is to what Duke's saying.
You
Nah,
know?
them other things might not have been the test. This is
Yeah,
the test.
this is the
This
test.
is
Now,
the
if you want
test.
to do any type of evaluation,
The other ones might not have been. They
Right.
might have been saying it. They was
Right.
wrong with them ones.
Right.
They not wrong with this one. This is the test.
Now,
So is it the test for
now,
us or Baltimore?
it's for both.
For both.
Y'all, this is
This
you
may
step-
be the Super Bowl.
right. This is the elite. Y'all both the elite teams right now. If you look at how you playing football, right?
More so for y'all though, if I had to say it, because
Yeah, 'cause they don't know nothing about
they
what's
already
happening.
They already beat New England. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they already beat New England.
Yes, and plus they don't know about winning. You don't know about. You got a couple guys over there that won before, but in terms of the team, they ain't. This is it. This is how it goes. You go in their mouth tomorrow. They gonna have a bad taste in their mouth, and you already beat Green Bay. You ran down on a couple people.
So
It's a Super Bowl rematch.
So after
Yeah.
this game, we're gonna say the Saints is the test. This is what I don't like. Like I don't like every.
What, did y'all play the Saints yet?
No, we about to play them in a couple weeks.
All right,
That
so
ain't
this-
that ain't
these-
the test, though.
now-
This is the
I'm just
test.
saying.
This is the best team in the NFL right now.
It was Green Bay was the test. Now this team is the test. Now this is it was Seattle was the test.
So
now,
here,
Yeah, they
here's
didn't
the
pass
thing.
that test.
we didn't pass it. We
So-
failed
so-
horribly.
so now
And
we
it
gotta
was
keep
blitz
bringing-
team.
so
in
now-
school, you got more than one subject.
Yeah,
you
this-
had more than one
this I'm about to
test.
say.
There
I
ain't
was
just
about
one
to-
test.
I was about to say the same thing. Have y'all ever been to New Orleans and
like-
won?
You want to measure the success? Well, we got robbed. We pulled it. We got a sack. They clipped us on that sack. We definitely had Breeze. It definitely was a sack.
How
They
would y'all
called
get a
it-
chance to do it again?
Hey, yeah, he ain't gonna get away this time.
That's what I'm saying. So then we evaluating just like you.
Yeah, the 49ers definitely best team in the NFC. Clearly, I would think over the years they've been playing consistently.
Oh yeah.
Week in and week out, and so they go to the AFC and play Baltimore, and Baltimore seems to be peaking right now, and they jumped all over Tom Brady in their building a few weeks ago, so they'll be looking to try to jump on it the 49ers when they come to Baltimore. moving forward. So it'll be interesting. 1 o'clock start. Everybody will be tuned in to check this game out. And the rest of the schedule that we have down here this week coming in. Let's talk about a little bit about the Thursday game. Here the Bears, they beat the Lions. The Bills flexed their muscles. They go in, they beat the Cowboys after being down 7-0. Had a great game plan, blitzed them. Young quarterback made some plays. Saints got right back. Big rivalry game. Beat the Falcons in Atlanta, returned the favor because Atlanta went down to New Orleans and shocked them a few weeks ago. The Falcons are officially eliminated from the playoffs. What was your takeaway from those Thursday night games as you were eating your turkey and stuff?
First, that Lions game, that guy, what's his name? Blow?
The quarterback?
Quarterback for the Lions. Yeah, he looked alright out there.
Yeah.
The first start, to be
short week, what I mean?
Short week, that was impressive. Even though the Bears ended up coming back. Trubisky Trubisky, that's his name. He not good.
You took Trebut, B-U-T?
Bust, like he's a bust. Trubisky. You know what I mean? But they came
I got
back
Bears
and won.
fans out there. Maybe turn around. Maybe it was something he needed to see. You know what I mean?
A little shout out to Atlanta. I know they out.
We're going to find out. That's what we're going to do.
At least they know one thing they ain't got to work on. They ain't got to work on that offside kick.
Yeah,
They got that down pat.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Cool, yeah.
They got that down pat.
Yo, they okay, look, how you was saying soon, like how the Cowboys got so much talent and they underperform with that coaching staff. Atlanta right there is like, how they got that much talent and they 3-8?
Yeah.
It's like
They need changes. They need
pathetic,
changes.
man.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
really, but they're 3-9. Are they 3-9?
Yeah.
3-9 now. Okay.
Yeah. They lost the other Thursday or whatever. Yeah.
Another interesting game. The rematch. Browns versus the Steelers.
Bring it on.
I think they moved that to 1 o'clock from 4:25. They want people out there drinking a lot. They moved that to 1 o'clock.
Steelers are really surprising me, man. I'm really.
Well,
really
Duke told us.
shocked.
He said they weren't going 3-13. That's not in their pedigree. That's not in their DNA.
And I think that's one of the. I
don't
think
do that.
with all they've been through, I think that's one of the teams. If you're not a fan of Steelers, I think you're still pulling from to get that wild card spot.
Yeah, well, it's everybody.
I think that's a team out there.
Everybody who goes to the playoffs, they supposed to deserve. You earn going to the playoffs. Some people, so they are. It was an AFC North battle. It was a fight, and this is what it's about right now. So it's no different than boxing. Somebody beat you the last time, you get a chance to get a rematch. Now, what you gonna do?
Yeah. And the other game quietly, because the Raiders took a beat down. The Raiders were trending up until the Jets jumped all over them in New York last week. The Raiders at the Chiefs.
I like the Raiders to cover those points, possibly win.
Run outright?
Yeah, I like them to possibly win. I'm taking the points hands down.
Okay.
Raiders is another team like
You don't trust them.
Pittsburgh though.
You don't trust
That
them.
I like though.
They in a position where I think Gruden going to coach them
It's
up
a little different for
to
you.
come
I'll
play
fight for
hard
this
because if they win, if they do win this game, they are in leading that division.
The Raiders lost to the Jets
If they win.
34-3. So let that sink
Hey
in.
man, any given
Not
Sunday,
34-3.
any given
Maybe
Sunday,
13-17. Not 34-3.
that's what you call a trap game.
Okay. Well,
Trap-
They were trapped.
Trapped
on the
by
West
31.
Coast.
That's that game where everybody gonna take the Chiefs and the Raiders gonna cover.
yeah.
They might not win though. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be if they did win. I wouldn't be surprised. All I'm saying.
Division.
I'm not taking them to win.
Monday night, Vikings at Seahawks.
And that's the one we got to watch.
Yeah, that's a very good thing.
I like the Vikings.
Got some slinging around.
I like the Vikings.
Ball's going to be slung around.
I think the Seahawks, but I want the Vikings to pull it out.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
I'm rocking with the Vikings, son.
But I would. If
I
I
would
would
too.
bet,
I'm
I would
leaning
bet
Are you
towards the
leaning
Seahawks,
Vikings to
but
win
I'm
outright, or are you
going-
taking Vikings in the
I'm
points?
going Vikings to win.
Okay,
I
outright.
think the Vikings might win.
I can
that
see
game.
that happening.
I want the Vikings to win, but if I was betting, I would be betting with.
I can see it now, and I can see them playing again, maybe the playoffs, and I can see the shoe being on the other foot.
Right.
I mean, the Vikings are upset about that mixed field goal a few years ago in the postseason. Ooh, that was a memorable shank. That was
Thielen
that was like a
game
15-yard
decision. If Thielen play, I'm definitely taking the Vikings all day.
Back on Cowboys.
Yep.
y'all kicker. Y'all got a new kicker like us. What's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on?
it should be a new kicker.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
One got
Like, that
blocked.
really hurt y'all more
One
than
got
anything.
blocked.
That was-
Yeah, one got blocked. A defensive tackle,
Oh, I
a
didn't-
dominant, a first round defensive tackle making plays. He had an interception and a blocked field goal. So, but he also, but he's not a solid kicker anyway. He hasn't earned enough collateral for his job to be safe no matter what happens. If somebody blocked it or not, he don't have enough collateral. He don't have enough makes to keep his job anyway. Definitely. So it'll probably be addressed, but that culture, hey, we'll give him another shot. That's what we do.
Speaking of the Jets, though, they play the Bengals this weekend. The Red Rifle coming back. What y'all think about that?
Well, they destabilized.
Who?
Do he keep his job next year?
Who you say?
The Red Rifle.
Rifle. The quarterback for the Bengals.
You're like, he don't even deserve a nickname.
Sometimes you just need to
Andy
get
Dalton.
rid of everything.
But Marv Levy never went like 0-15. Marv's like, look, I held it down no matter what y'all say.
We won 3 games.
Marv had some.
He a legend for winning 3 games.
Yeah,
Like,
Marv had some scoop. Him and the owner did some things. Man.
Yeah.
And Dalton had a lot of talent around him, man.
Yeah.
3-4 years ago, not the.
What's up with AJ
do
Green,
anything,
man?
He had a lot
But
of talent.
he's
around
the
him.
one that needs to look for a new home. Him after he comes back.
Yeah, he
healthy.
had a lot of talent around him for him not to produce.
Can't be going 0-11 and not
Nah.
winning the games. That just is not cool for everybody. That's not cool for the
It's
coaches,
only
players,
certain
nobody.
Teams. There's only 3 teams that I can think of right now that have let that slide. And they weren't never one of them. The Bengals weren't one of them.
Right.
That's the Browns, the Dolphins, and that's it. Browns and Dolphins, the only 2 teams I really can see you being able to come back and be a quarterback after you did something like that.
You'll let them get away with losing.
Yeah, I think they're the only 2 teams.
Okay.
Yeah, like, look at Fitzpatrick, man. He having the time of his life right now.
I would have thought Buffalo, but I don't even think
All
Buffalo.
you gotta do is score 2 touchdowns and he win the game.
Yeah.
They ain't in his head, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really win the game, but
So job security, right?
Yeah. Oh, you good? Oh, we only lost by 25 this week. You good?
Well, it's going to be interesting because as we move into the crunch time after Thanksgiving, where these races heat up and tighten up, really just, I think, one in the NFC East, Dallas and the Eagles, see what the worst team that can get in the playoffs moving forward. But it'll be interesting to see. Definitely.
Yeah, y'all both might get Rams keep getting beat like that. Y'all both might slide.
But you still
Dallas
got-
and the Eagles.
No,
might
you still
slide.
got you got Vikings in Seattle.
Yeah, they ain't getting no wild card.
Yeah, ain't get no
Yeah, it's
wild
the
card.
classic Dallas.
You gotta think Seahawks,
Vikings.
Vikings. That's it. They the wild card, hands down.
You got
they
the-
don't win the
But then you
division.
got the 2. You got the 2 after that. You got
No, they the
Not
2
the
wild
two.
cards.
They're the 2 wild cards.
You got the classic
'Cause
matchup.
Niners winning their division.
right,
Packers winning their division.
right.
So the wild card is gonna be the Vikings and the Seahawks,
Right.
hands down.
And then there's 2 other teams though that's left to get in.
They
2
division winners.
divisions. The Saints and the
Oh yeah, yeah.
What you drinking?
The Rams is on
Somebody-
there. So the Rams might make 3 teams.
No, Rams not gonna make it at all.
4 division winners,
So,
2 wild
4
cards.
division
Right.
winners, 2 wild cards.
The best 2 teams have the week off, and the other 2 division winners play the wild cards as they're seeded.
Hey, listen, it's all being set up for the Republicans and the Democrats, and that's Dallas and the Eagles.
Yeah.
When that game is, whenever that get.
December 22nd.
Yeah,
People
Democrats
talk
and
about coming
Republicans
down.
gonna get it in.
Eagles talking about coming down. Like Eagles fans, they all of a sudden they want to come to the ranch on the 22nd.
Yeah, be careful.
But I'm always hosting.
Yeah, be careful. They might try to paint your basement green.
Tie him up.
Yeah.
Tie him up.
Wow, you got to watch those games. But other thing in the NFL, a story that jumped off. Arizona Cardinals cornerback Josh Shaw, who's on injured reserve, has been suspended for betting on NFL games on multiple occasions this season. The first time in more than 35 years a player has been banned for gambling. The league announced a suspension on Friday. Shaw was banned for at least the rest of this season. What do you guys take on that? I know you guys.
Why you gonna laugh, Nate?
That's
Dabble
funny. I can't even
in the cards and say you guys play the cards. He was playing for the cards and playing the cards.
So was he betting on the Cardinals? Was he
I
betting on
didn't
the
really-
Cardinals games? Was he? What's my man, the referee back in the day?
I know what you're talking about.
Was Don?
I think they're gonna do his movie. Yeah.
They're doing a movie on him though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he like him, huh?
Basketball ref, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
NFL.
Basketball.
Okay. Right.
He screwed the Kings over. Helped the Lakers get a championship.
Yeah, that game was. So, what do you guys think? You just think this is an oncoming problem that's going to be more persistent with the NFL moving forward as gambling opens up all across the country? Parlay cards, gambling's legalized. Things. The states are looking to tax these vices. If you want to gamble, you want to puff the lie, we want to tax it, generate money. So, what do you guys think? This is something the NFL should be really concerned about?
Yeah. Because you gotta figure like, you win the game, so it's like, let's say you could like okay, let's say they making big bucks, so he put 100,000 on the game, so he like, dang, if I can lose this game, and the odds on this game, if I lose, I'm gonna make more than I was gonna make the day winning. So like, you know, especially we not going to the playoffs. We 3-7-1, so it's like, hey, why not lose this game?
I want to know how you got busted. That's what I want to know. You walking in, putting them in yourself?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. But they truly have to do something about this. Like Nate said, you cannot, have some sort of play while you're playing. Like, no, that you just can't do that. You can't be in a game you bet on. We can't do that. Because like you said, it's you're in charge of somebody winning and losing. Like, you could lose the game and you don't care about the game. How about the owner wants to win and all the other players around you want to win? So now you drop this interception on purpose. You could have picked the fumble up, and no. We need to. It needs to be no part of what they're doing while you're playing. Now, once you retire, you do what you want. But I don't want you having any power in the outcome of games while you're playing the game.
It's the integrity of the league.
Oh yeah.
You go back with the back in the day with baseball and gambling, the whole thing with Pete Rose.
Yeah, I say Pete Rose.
Yeah, banned from the Hall of Fame because baseball and gambling had a big scandal way back when, and before that's really serious on baseball. And Pete bet on baseball, and they will not let him in the Hall of Fame, regardless. He can't be around baseball at all. But it's interesting. But it's something that definitely gonna have to keep up. We probably think it's going on anyway. You know what I mean? You
That's what I say. How you get busted?
Yeah.
You can't tell me it's not happening, but how you get caught?
You got to send your third cousins, friends, sisters, brother-in-law to place your bets. But see, and here's the point: when you have to involve so many people, you got a lot of roads back to you.
Yeah.
Real people only want one road back to them. Not two, not three.
Yeah.
Like my man said, when I ask you to do something, I expect you to do it. I don't expect you to get somebody else to do it because I don't need two roads coming back to me. That was in The Irishman, by the way. It's on Netflix. But,
I gotta watch that.
Yeah. So definitely, it's going to be interesting moving forward. I think the NFL is really going to crack down on this guy. I think he's suspended the rest of this season, and it probably look like something lengthy next year too, because they really don't want the integrity of their league. We question calls anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we're already up here scratching our head on tripping calls. Tripping calls. So it's going to be interesting to see how the NFL moves forward. I think next year there'll probably be something a little bit more harsh.
I think so. Got some shout outs.
Oh, shout them out.
RK Castro. What's up, brother?
What's up, Castro?
The legendary Temple University point guard Howard Evans, cousin. What's happening?
Hey, Howard, how
What's
you
up,
doing?
Man? Thanks for joining. Who else we got in the building?
We gotta get Howard on it. We gotta get Howard on the show.
Yeah, we can get Howard on the show. The problem is you got to kidnap him. That's the thing. You got to kidnap
Talk
him.
some basketball.
Gonna pull up Miss Throna Bush.
Miss Throna Bush.
How are you?
Dallas Cowboys for life.
Rob Etienne and a host of others. Having some technical difficulties right now, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for tuning in.
Keith Moore over here.
What's up, Keith?
Yeah, Keith. We got Mo near Lancaster. He came down to the ranch. He ain't come back to get on. Waiting for you to get on. Yeah.
Definitely. I want to jump into the association. We talked about that. The NBA, the National Basketball Association. We done played 20 games so far this year. Season has taken form. And a lot of talk, we were joking, but it seems like Melo's gotten back. He's averaging what 22 in the last 3 games or something like that.
Hello.
No, putting them buckets in.
I mean, you can still get buckets. I mean, that was the whole thing. You need some scoring off the bench. I don't know what his plus minus is on the court, but he's definitely giving them an offensive a boost that they needed in Portland. They needed a forward that could score some points for them, and they've gotten that with Melo. They had a lot of defensive guys at the forward position, and they needed some more offensive push, and he's really giving them a little jolt there, a little something they need coming in. What do you guys think of Melo so far?
I think we all nobody wanted Melo in New York. Once he left New York, didn't nobody want to see Melo play no more. But I think once us seeing him get kicked out of the league, it was like it changed. And then everybody wanted him back in the league. It was like, if you didn't like him because of his style of play and whatever, the ISO ball, call him washed up. It was like once we thought he wasn't getting back in, it was like he gained all the followers again, gaining everybody back from when he was young, and in the Nuggets days. I'm happy to see him. I liked some moves I watched him the other night. Man, he looked good. He looked good.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely doing his thing.
I think, it's going to be positive. I think he's going to have a definite positive push on him, and he's in the right mindset. Came with the right attitude.
Yeah, I think he he always could play, but I think it was up to him. And it was up to organizations to figure out what kind of fit it was for them. If you're looking for Melo to still average 30 or 25 and start, and I'm going to dump you to the ball 25 times and do that, no, just not what his game is now. So he's older. He's a veteran, And I think it was up to him to figure out where he wants to get involved in the game as opposed to where anybody else wants him to get involved in the game. So I like it. He was supposed to have a job. If you look at these benches, man, these 15 guys that play on this team, you can't tell me that he doesn't belong on somebody's bench. So that's what it comes down to, too. He's still a matchup problem for some people on the other end because he's a big guy. So he still can shoot the rock.
And he can move.
And he can move a little bit, but there's a liability on the defensive end. So if you're a defensive-minded team and you like to play defense, I think he's a better fit for you on the offensive end. So I'm glad he's still pushing.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's a good look for the league. Melo needed to be in the league. He still wanted to play. He was working out, kept his dream up, and he's been a solid contributor. And veteran. If you can be a positive veteran on the bench, moving forward, that's going to help your organization and your team. Mr. James.
You forgot the crown on top of his head.
Oh, I forgot the crown.
You left the crown.
The crown. I forgot the crown on the top of the head.
Kings wear crowns.
We'll get it on the next one.
We'll get it on the next one. I'm fine. But Mr. James, 35 years old, 17 years in the league, and he's playing. He's balling out. Legitimate MVP candidate for the first 20 games of the season. 1/4 of the season. Mr. James. What do you contribute this to? Him, he's really focused on showing people that it's not over. Like what Roy used to say, in case you forgot.
Lot goes into it. I think getting Dwight, McGee, and not forget Anthony Davis. That took out so much of his workload for on the defensive end.
Yeah.
He can let a person go past him. You got McGee down there and Dwight. They still can block shots. So and Anthony. Let's not forget Anthony. So I think that took out so much on his game. And I think that helped him out more than anything. He always gonna be able to score. He always gonna be able to drive down the lane and do that spin move and go up. That's gonna always be there for him. But I think the defensive end, he don't have to play that much defense down low.
Right.
And I think that's was contributing to this too. And he focused. He know he has 2 more years. If he's gonna get a ring these next 2 years, this is it. So he's gonna put his all out there, I guess. And it's working out so far.
I give testament to him.
Kept his body in shape.
Always in great shape. I've never seen him out of shape. Even if he was hurt, he just stayed in shape. So it's obvious he's eating right, and he's in contact with his body on a probably a whole bunch of levels, spiritually and energy. He's probably all on that, because you just look at him, a guy that has been playing 17 years.
And did a couple Olympics.
Yeah, did some straight on through. I've never seen him. It's to the point now where, which is not fair, this is what I do to LeBron. LeBron falls down on the ground, he grabs something. First thing I say is, man, stop playing. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, you can't, like, why are you doing that? You don't know if the man's hurt or not.
Yeah.
But that's, that's testimonial to him because he's so durable. And, just the same we can say for a lot of guys we've seen, the Mikes and the Kobes, these guys, they stayed on the basketball court because they're taking care of their bodies. You know what I mean? So give it to him. Last year, he averaged 27 points a game. The last time I checked, if you can put the ball in the bucket like that, who's talking about that you fell off? Where is that even beginning to come in at? Fall off where? Because my team didn't win because there's nothing around me. So now he has those pieces, and he got another horse to go with him, younger. They got legs. So stay ready on the three-point line. You know the ball is coming. And, it's simple basketball. He really knows how to play the game of basketball.
Oh, definitely. And another player I want to jump into right now that's really improved, and we saw a lot of him in the finals, is Siakam. Siakam has really come along out there for Toronto. He was the 27th pick in the draft when Ben Simmons went number 1. And Siakam has transpired from an athlete, rebounder, defensive energy guy to a guy that really can get you some buckets.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You see what happened this summer?
Yeah.
They gave him that $130. He did something.
Yeah. So he's really a testament to his game, the elevation of his game, and he's doing some stuff in the half court. Not just getting the spot ups, kicking out for the threes, but he's actually dribbling, isoing, driving on people. Being a problem on the offensive end. How do you guys feel about Siakam and his growth?
I mean, I like it. I think it's tremendous from last year. I mean, he was playing behind Kawhi, so maybe he was growing, but we wasn't seeing him fully grow. But I think it was clips where we seen him growing. We seen him drive into the hole. But I think with that length, and once you can put the ball on the ground and drive with that wingspan, it's like it's hard to just stop you. Once you get going and you got that wingspan. And he's playing much higher level than I would have suspected this year. Me personally, what you think?
I'm right with you. Like I like Siakam. Like when I first seen him, I feel like that if he was to, basically dedicate himself to the gym and work on his game, which I do think him being under Kawhi last year might have helped, speed up that process because when you under somebody great. And y'all play a similar position. It's like,
you watch his work ethic.
Yeah, you watch his work ethic. Like, Siakam played the 3 and the 4. But, Kawhi played the 3. So it's like him learning little tidbits from Kawhi. I think you can see that in him balling this year.
Right.
And he, and he taking that, that whole mantle, like, this is my team now. Like, it was Kyle Lowry team. Then, of course, it became Kawhi team because, he way better than Kyle Lowry. But then once Kawhi left, he not passing it back to Kyle like, you stay right where you was at.
Right.
I'm taking the throne.
In fact, they beat the Sixers without Kyle or Serge Ibaka.
Right.
Yeah, they did. They did.
So sometimes
and Van Fleet been balling too a little bit.
Yeah.
Man.
Sometimes when you start writing checks for certain guys, now we all can say like, oh man, this guy's not worth it. This guy's not worth that. We don't see practices. And, we see games sometime where these guys show us glimpses of what they can do. That's why they get paid. Because you got to, anybody who got $100 million from somebody, they showed somebody that
some effort,
there's something there to make you say, oh, okay, well, let's give it to him. So they did that for him. And then we had a chance to see it in these playoffs last year when Kawhi wasn't scoring. There was another guy on the wing that was causing a whole bunch of problems for everybody because of his length on defense. Best player on Kawhi. And he could shoot the jumper as well as once he gets close to the basket, he's so long that a 5-footer, 5 to 7-footer is almost money. This is what we saw. So, like we talked about, Kawhi not being there. Once the guy who had the team on his back and was scoring points, and he was doing it all like Kawhi does, it's opportunity for somebody else to step in. So it's his turn now. All right, then we gave you the money. So what you gonna do with it? And we see, that it was all well worth it. And he's young, see 26.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
so they're gonna squeeze these 4 years out of him real quick, and hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, he's very young enough because you saw that in the playoffs. You just saw the growth, and he's continued this season. And speaking of growth, I mean, he already has one MVP, but this man might be MVP right now. So far earlier in the season, the Greek freak right now, 31 points a game, 13 boards, 6 assists, and he's getting better. He's coming back. His game, we thought, was limited, but he just has a tenacity in him to attack the rim and go to the hole and score points. And there's players that have more ball skills than him, but he's 6'11", and he has a desire to get to the ball and just, man. And
he's going to be in that comparison. It may sound strange now, but he's going to be in that comparison with Shaq as most dominant players. Like, it was just the way how he gets at everything. That motor he got. He's just a dog. Like, he just can take over the game. No matter who you throw out at him, he's still going to get to the basket.
Yeah.
We never seen him like shine away from it. He had in the playoffs, he didn't do one playoff game. He didn't do as good, but Shaq ain't do as great either when he was young in the playoffs. We watched that. But especially the Orlando Shaq. He didn't do good in the playoffs. But I think he's going to be going down as, I'm not saying better, more dominant than Shaq, but he's going to go down as one of the most dominant players, man, because just how he can just get to the rim. And his package is not that big. He's going to do this, and he's going to get there and do this. Like,
but he shoots, though. Even though he shoots threes. He's always shot threes. He always goes to the foul line if I'm on 65% foul shot. But he doesn't back down. He said, I may have my foul shot tonight. I may have my jumper tonight. But one thing I have, I'm coming to this rim, and I'm going
to that hole no matter what.
Until you stop me.
Yeah, he said about all you do is dunk. Well, that's all I got to do.
Yeah. Until you stop.
I love him, man. For one, is I heard him say one thing. They ask him about off-season work, and if you look around the league, the stars sometimes they meet up with each other. He goes, I don't work out with LeBron. I really don't care to, and he wasn't being mean about it. He's just like, those guys have what I want. So I want it. I'm not trying to be friends. Now, I'm quite sure if he reached out to LeBron reached out to him, they would work out together. But he's like, listen, I got my own flow going on right now. I'm hungry.
And you don't need to see my tricks of the trade anyway.
Not at all. So you can send a double, and I can't kick it out, and then y'all laugh at me because I let y'all see everything. But I love him. He's putting that work in. He's a problem. We starting to see year after year, because we weren't always talking about him. We saw him and said, "Oh, nah, this guy's gonna be this. Look at his length. Look how long." Now it's like, okay,
you get to see the steady progression.
Yeah, we get to see now what you're working on. So listen, man, he's when we're all said and done, we're gonna be talking about him for a while because he's a problem for everybody.
Do you think he stays in Milwaukee?
I don't think you let a guy like him leave, but. Some people got more money than others. If somebody says here's 300 and they say, well, we got 375, do you say, okay, well, I'm gonna stay? That's what it comes down to.
Well, I think Milwaukee is gonna match anybody, like any check.
I hope they do.
I think he stays, and main reason is he's not from here. I think he may have ties and he may want to stay.
Sometimes these guys get dug in where they at. He's always
I
dug
think
in.
look at Porzingis. You feel me? He wanted out.
He went out the big city.
Yeah, New York.
He was happy to be there at one point in time.
Everybody gonna want out of New York, man.
And that's the bigger market,
especially when
it's a global market now. The internet, the social.
It's not. That's the thing. The NBA's not. That's why the Lakers took so long to get somebody. It's not what it was no more. Like,
well, we can't.
We don't gotta go to New York to make money.
Well,
you don't go like the endorsement before the New York media, the New York market. the New York endorsements were so much supplemental income for you.
Yeah, it was hot.
Well,
You'll make more on endorsements than playing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about these big markets, because they call them big markets for a reason. You're more likely to walk out the door and somebody will give you $100,000 just for being at the mall than you will at Milwaukee, just because it's, I'm not saying that there's not any rich people in Milwaukee, but there's more billionaires in these big. Somebody might say, "Hey man, I want you to come party with me. Here's $50,000. You just got to go for 3 hours. Now you there with Tom Hanks and Will Smith and all these guys, and somebody just gave you $100K,
and not only
just to say hi. Like,
is it like you 100%
that's
right.
the money that's around in these big markets.
It's
To
unaccountable.
add on what you're saying, not only is it the people that's going to give you the money, it's more people out there that pay to come see.
Yeah, it's more
like,
doors, man.
Like people, you go up on Times Square, it's thousands of people out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they gonna pay to go in these different spots to see, like, a Greek Freak, LeBron, whoever.
Right.
How many people?
So it's easy money in the big markets. Easy money in the big markets.
Milwaukee, a big city. I'm saying like the outskirts cities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying like the surrounding areas, like your Green Bay and all that. I'm saying, like,
So you think he leaves?
I don't know with you. I don't think he leave, but I'm saying, like, to what he was saying, it's.
I think it depends on the team.
We
The
seen
team's
stranger
good.
things, man.
They're building a good team around him. Lou Alcindor left
If they
I
fail
would
so
leave.
much, if they, like you said, if
They
they
might
fail
do the
so
same
much,
thing to him that Robert Kraft did to Brady. Look like you taking a pay cut and go get the money on the offshore island.
Yeah.
And you might do that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I will leave, but I think it's maybe a little different for him.
You think it's different for Greek? He's gonna has his roots in Milwaukee. He's a very underassuming guy. I mean, after one big playoff win, he waited in line for like 45 minutes at this taco spot.
He'll make the championship in 2 years. I say he should.
He didn't come up and say, "Look,
You ain't got
I'm the
LeBron to
Greek.
stop you."
I'm the Greek. Can I get in front of this line? Can I get seated in this restaurant?" He was like, "Nah, I just wait my turn or whatever." So he seems a very unassuming guy.
7 foot. You just want to wait. Nobody knows you. Huh? I got to question the owner.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, yo, we got
Everybody walk around with the head hitting the ceiling almost.
Like, do you play somebody?
Yeah.
Do you play for somebody? But it's interesting to see as we move in, taking a look at the standings right now. You got the Bucks at 16-3. The Raptors are 14-4. A lot of people surprised at these Raptors. They had some injuries. Some people weren't playing.
Well, once the head honcho left, you thought it was going to collapse, didn't you?
So is it so? Is it like the Bulls when they lost Mike? Like they still stay above float? So
no, they didn't stay above float. They won more games than they did the previous year.
I mean, I'm saying, well, they won the championship. They still staying up there.
Bro.
With or without him, it's like
Well, they were a good team. Look, if you win an NBA championship, you got some players with you. They can do some things. You know what I mean? So you got some players.
So
with you.
I see where you hit. Where you hitting that with. So is Kawhi really as good as they say? That's what you want to say. So I'm gonna say it for you.
All I know, I watched the game. That's what I watched.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Same
is
team, right? Same team.
Is these Clippers really a threat? That's what you're saying?
Same team.
Who is the king of LA? You know who it is. That's what that is.
James the king. Can't be a king low management. 4 games and it's only been 20. You've been out 6 games.
The Celtics seem like they got good chemistry. Let's talk about.
I like the Celtics.
What do you guys think? I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Kyrie did not come to Boston. He was hurt. He didn't make the trip to Boston.
Yeah, they say he don't. They say he got the Mamba mentality, but the Mamba don't live there.
Yeah,
because Kobe would have played. You know what I mean?
And he didn't make the trip either.
Yeah,
he didn't make the trip. He didn't show up.
He didn't show up at all. And then they played again back to back. They played in Brooklyn. He didn't play that game either.
I don't know.
He missed 2 games.
For me with him, the talent is like, you talking about supreme talent. You got the Rye Strickland, you got the Isaiah Thomas mixed in. You got all the skills to finish him with both hands, but not just him. I think it's in this day and age, it's a mentality thing with these guys. It seems like certain things just bother them. And don't understand that part just because, when you seen what we seen in terms of greatness, guys didn't care what you said to them in the stands. They was dropping 40 or doing what they do, and then they went home.
They wanted you to actually talk.
Yeah, and then
so
they went home so they
40.
can talk back. Yeah, so they can talk back. It seems like, somebody says something, you have to respond, or it gets under your skin real quick, or, they get in computer beefs with people back and forth. How you do that when you're an elite athlete? Like, why would I, if I'm one of the greatest players in the world, everybody can't say that. Why am I gonna go back and forth and punch computer buttons with you to talk to you? And you probably will never be on a certain level that I am in the world. Why do I deserve to? Why am I giving you
want to
any
get picked
attention?
up in the pickup game?
Yeah. So why am I giving you that? That's the part that I don't really understand about these athletes. Like, why are you giving this guy attention?
Well, I think it's more voice now. It started with sports talk radio, and then it's grown to social media. Before in the past, it didn't have sports talk radio. Before in the past, like, you couldn't turn on your radio and say, Sunni sucks. You can't, like, what do you mean I suck? But you really couldn't call on the radio station and be like, Sunni's the man. Now you can do a burner account on Twitter.
Right,
and be
right.
Now let me tell you something. Sunni's knee is swollen, and I know because I talked to
Mm-hmm.
So, but. And that's the interesting part. Like, so much information is out there, and so much. There's more platforms for people to voice their, I guess, unpleasure with the way you play and how you play and comment. But they're just words, like and like we always say, like the man said, if you know the truth, why argue opinion?
Yeah, that's the part that I can't do. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to. If you see the life that I'm living as a supreme athlete, why would I go back and forth with you? This is giving you ammunition. Like, if anything, I'll be like, hey man, listen, let's go sit down, have some dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll sign an autograph for you or something. Like, I'm not arguing back and forth with you.
Yeah. And there's no way. There's no way to go back and forth. But that was interesting because we always talked about, Kyrie's talent versus Kyrie's ability to be that guy to galvanize a championship.
Yeah. His talent is like, I consider him as the best finisher out of all the guards. Like, pretty much any
small too. He's not a big guy.
Out of all the
man.
small guards that I've ever seen, like that left hand, right hand, he finishes with his left as good as his right, easily. Like, he doesn't switch his body up. He just goes left like it's nothing. Like, it's like, but I don't know if he's going to get pushed out of the NBA because of it's his third team already.
He got too much talent not to be on somebody's roster.
I'm not saying today. I'm not saying next year. I'm not saying in 3 years.
You talking about when he get like a mellow position.
I'm saying once he gets, up there where he
you
loses
gotta
a step.
You gotta give everybody a reason for you leaving. The hardest thing you get yourself out the league sometime. Like, believe it or not,
well, he didn't
like Melo did give him a reason to inch him out. Like, we know he was supposed to be on somebody's bench, but we seen the ugly ball playing from Melo. We saw that, so it makes it easier for them to try to get you out. Now everybody got to go through that, just because you're not if you were a 30-point scorer and you start averaging 15, that's reason enough for somebody to say, you know what, he's not the guy he used to be. Even though 15 can help a whole lot of people, but that's that's where we at, in our society with sports.
Definitely. Let's take a look at these West 1/4 of the season end, the West standings. You got the Los Angeles Lakers with only 2 losses. I think they won like 10 games in a row.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they did, but they played bottom of the barrel teams. We not gonna say they played nobody good.
Is that what they did?
They beat the Thunder twice. They beat.
So who they lose to?
They almost lost to John Morant.
Who did they lose to?
Clippers.
Nobody.
Week 1.
Oh, I'm talking about the past 10 games. Oh, you talking about period?
Period. Yeah.
Oh, they lost to the Clippers and who else they lost to?
And they lost to the first place team, and that second place team out there, Toronto.
Toronto, okay.
So did some
but their 10 games.
some thoroughbreds beat them.
Yeah, everybody they beat was whack. Like, they beat the Hawks.
We're not gonna do that.
Can't run forever.
we
If you running, you
17
can't run
games.
forever.
17 games to 17
You
games.
gonna do it? They ain't beat nobody.
17 teams.
You gotta do it.
teams.
Like just how we was talking about with the football earlier. Like, this is the test. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah.
You gotta beat quality team like that. Hey, you can play the Hawks 82 times and win, but then when you play somebody else in the playoff, play the Clippers. Hey, is you gonna win that game?
17
Right.
teams.
You know what I'm saying?
17
Like,
teams.
Quick question: the Trailblazers, they kind of like they went and they picked up Melo, but I thought did we expect a little bit more out of them? Or are they gonna turn it around? They're 8-12.
They on like a little 3-game win streak or something.
Yeah.
I
They
tell you what,
they ain't beat nobody either.
they got players over there, don't they? Don't they got
They were injured a little bit. Yeah.
right? They got a couple players, so if they start acting crazy, let them know too that they bums or whatever people say that they are. Don't let
They
them
only
off
a
the
couple
hook.
games at the A seed though. I think they gonna make the playoffs.
Don't,
It's like
don't let them off the hook.
the Timberwolves and the Suns. I don't think I don't know if they built the rock.
The Nuggets are 13.
Games.
The Nuggets are 13-3. We said look out for Denver. Can they sustain that?
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they did last year.
Yeah, I think for some teams, it's about what you do beyond the regular season. That's the Nuggets they're that type of team. We've seen them. They've years ago they went first. They were first, and when the Lakers were in, and what happened? They won 50 games, almost 60 games or something like that. They went to the playoffs and they got sent home. So that's they're known for that whole thing too. Like, okay, you guys are winning during the regular season, but what are you going to do during the playoffs? And it seems like this always happens. So
Okay, this the Lakers' last 10 games: Suns, Warriors, Kings, Hawks, Thunder twice, Grizzlies by 1. The Spurs, the Pelicans, and the Wizards.
so who we waiting for them to play? What's the matchup?
I mean, they got the Mavericks tomorrow.
They
I would
beat
like
the
to see
Mavericks
that.
in it. They beat the Mavericks already this year.
I'm talking about this 10-game.
Oh,
streak.
okay.
I'm talking about the 10 game and this 10-game stretch.
So
It's
who
always
we
gonna be
waiting for?
It's always gonna be people that are gonna knock your success. You know?
Is that what it is?
And they got the Nuggets and they got the Jazz.
It's
And
always
we gonna see how they do in this next stretch.
It's always
next
gonna be
little
people
10-game
that's gonna
stretch.
knock your success.
If they do that, hey man, I call it like it is. I'm a realist. So if they do that, I give them.
man.
I give them the kudos. You feel me?
Cool. Definitely. Well, there was a heavyweight fight last week. Ortiz Wilder 2, and it had the same outcome that the first one had.
Yeah.
As you see, basically he caught him with a right hand in the 7th round. Basically, it took on the same formula as the first fight. Wilder just the boxing, the ability to box, to slip or whatever. Just it's not impressive. Like, we can say that, but he waits till you make that mistake, and he hits you with that right hand, and then it's night.
Mm-hmm.
It's night. It's interesting because you have to give credit where he's good. He has these knockouts, but as a boxing purist or boxing skill, or just as a boxer, is it because the dearth of talent he's fighting, or can we classify him as an all-time great heavyweight champion if he can unify these belts?
I mean, you almost don't have a choice, really. You know, because everybody knocked down some bums, but Ortiz can fight. Ortiz can fight. The man only has 2 losses and it's to the same guy.
Yeah,
Ortiz can fight, and
he's older.
But he just sat around. Wilder was losing the whole fight, the same as last fight, just waiting. I wouldn't really say he was losing. He was losing on the cards, but he wasn't getting hit either. He was just waiting, and then he came down the pipe. He just he should have landed it sooner. I think if he lands this in the 2nd round, we're not talking about that. Since it dragged out, Mike landed this fight, this punch in the 1st and 2nd round. So it didn't have to linger on this time. Him getting to the 7th, the 9th rounds and landing these 11th round, I think was the first one. Him taking it so late to land these knockouts is what's dragging it out and making this conversation. Because Ortiz if he knocks Ortiz out, who is arguably he's easily top 5 heavyweight in the game right now, and he knocks him out in the 2nd round with that same punch. We're not talking about that. So, not the big Wilder fan, but that power's there.
So we talk about Sunni. You said something about a word came out your mouth talking about all-time greats in the heavyweight division. So here are some of the names: Ali, George Foreman, Frazier, right? Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. I think Wilder. Tyson. I think Wilder is slowly going behind those as we start to name those. So when you talk about great, are you putting him in that category with the greats, or are we just dealing with him with now? I think we just dealing with him with now.
I don't think he's gonna be great. I don't think he's really great. I just think he has power.
Right.
Yeah. If he
they all got power to heavyweights.
you know, I just
they all
think
got
he
some
has,
sort of power.
I just think he has
Any man
power.
over 200 is dangerous. They say.
Right. I just think he has this
and
power.
I agree with that.
You know, and
you
I
hit
think,
on that button.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think he's going to have a rematch with Tyson Fury in February. I think what the whole aspect with Wilder is that he looks so pedestrian against box. Like he looks so pedestrian. He doesn't look like sharp. It's not like he's picking you apart and waiting to land his big punch. All right, I'm jabbing, I'm setting things up, I'm hitting you, and when I see the opening, then I bang, I drop the hammer on you. It's more of like, man, what is he doing? He looks off balance. This guy is tagging him a little bit, not hitting him hard. He's a tall guy, so he stays out of harm's way. But I think he so much of his fights, you're looking like, man, what's going on with this guy?
Yeah,
Like,
the power he has, he's supposed to be going to go get you.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
Right,
he's supposed to be.
right.
His skill set is go to go get you. He's wild. He doesn't have no control, and it's almost like he's trying to put himself with a box, but he doesn't throw the punches. But he's trying to take his time like a boxer at the same time, and then drop that right hand. But his power and his style is supposed to be 2 rounds.
Right.
2 rounds. This is over with.
Right.
And I think that's where the confusion is coming with us that's watching it. It's like, he's not doing anything. He can't fight. You know, then he drops that punch, and then it's like, whoa, you know. So I don't know. Early in his career, he was getting people out there in 2 rounds, 1 round.
lesser guys.
It was lesser guys.
Yeah.
And I think that contributed to a lot, too. He wanted to, wait till Ortiz went to sleep a little bit.
Right.
And then he get him. You know, then he put him to sleep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting. Nobody else has stepped up and fought Ortiz.
Yeah.
As his goal is to unify the heavyweight belts. You know, we'll see if he can unify those belts. Definitely. If he's got the number one knockout, people want to see knockouts. I mean that's one thing. People tune in to see people get knocked out. I mean, that's why, you know, other fighters like Sweet Pea and maybe Floyd weren't as drawn or appealing to the non-boxing crowd, looking at it as a sweet science per se. They're looking at it. I came to see somebody, they grew up on Mike Tyson over 90 seconds, like bam, bam, boom, boom,
Right.
you out. So now you take a look at him moving forward. I definitely think you know, you can't take away from his record. You can't take away from that right hand. When he drops the hammer, people don't get up. You know, like Thor, like bam, and it's out. Teddy Pendergrass would say, "Turn off the lights."
Well, his rematch, he did get up.
Yeah,
His rematch guy did get up.
yeah. Tyson Fury got
up like Undertaker.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury's been through some things in life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Did you see it?
See, like-
he rose like Undertaker.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
Tyson Fury been through some things in life. You know what I mean? Like, ain't too many people been through that. Like, when you get hit like that and you get up, you've been knocked down a few
Yeah,
times.
that wasn't your first knockout.
Nobody hit you.
He been hit with stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He been hit with
No-
bats.
Yeah, frying
Yeah,
pans.
I was watching a little interview with him
Yeah.
before. He was saying some stuff like that. He
Bare knuckle guy. Look,
been through-
nothing
he had
hit
a
you-
life.
nothing hit you harder than life.
Yeah, he said he gonna do MMA before it's over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Tyson Fury, so that'll be looking out. You got the rematch with the current champion, the Mexican American champion, and their rematch. That's this month coming up, December, right?
Yeah, it's coming soon.
And they're doing it in Saudi Arabia.
yeah.
Interesting.
Give me rap money.
But I guess he said, "Look, we don't know. We might as well get as much money as possible
Might as well.
because it seems like the rematch, Joshua's people are like, look, we don't know. We might as well go here and get as much money with this rematch as possible. We don't care if they wanted to fight on the moon. We
gonna build a
invested.
space station.
We gonna clear all our pockets. You know,
make it
like
happen.
yeah, we gonna make it happen. Who's the big? Because Saudi Arabia, interesting fight. We'll tune in for that this week. But definitely, fellas, it's been another good session.
Always.
We got some things cooking. Got people listening.
You know, people taking shots at us losing to the Thunder, beating the Thunder twice. as the
Lakers.
You know the Thunder beat Sixers, right?
Just gotta tell them to be patient.
We phony
No,
too.
you-
Like,
no, they-
like I'm about to defend that.
They beat this. You shouldn't talk about seeds that beat you.
We ain't beat nobody but the Celtics.
You
like
gotta-
y'all ain't beat
you gotta tell
nobody
them
but
to
the
be
Clippers.
patient. You
It's
gotta
the
tell them to be
same
patient.
thing.
You should
Y'all
talk
better than
about-
us though.
We know we better than y'all.
Hey man, I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm
should talk
not
about
a
people,
fantasy
you know,
fan. I'm
that
calling
beat-
it like
that-
it
that-
is.
That beat you almost scored.
I'm calling it like it is. Y'all not that good.
They almost put up 130 on y'all.
Y'all not that good.
Lakers
man.
not that good.
Nah,
Hey man. Look,
not yet.
Hey man.
It's a long season.
Hey man.
Do I think they'll be there in playoff time? I truly do.
We are.
Just like I think the Sixers will be there in playoff time too.
What you see right now is what you get.
Yeah.
We're gonna push you over. We're gonna push you around. We're a bigger team, and we're gonna hit some threes when it counts.
Ja Moran almost beat y'all. So
Listen,
Hey.
Ohio State scored
Almost
50
don't count,
something
though.
on Michigan.
hey man, if he had had one other player on his team,
Hey, but he don't.
hey, I'm just saying.
If he had one of the players, he might
56
have lost by more.
to 27 soon.
56 to 27.
If he had
Ohio.
one of the players, he would have had a extra
Hold on,
points.
can you classify that as a rivalry? When's the last time
They
Michigan
would've been
beat
taking
them?
points from
I
him.
don't know what's going
It
on
would
with
change
that.
the whole scheme.
Wow. Yeah,
Nah,
56 to
he
27.
got it done.
A lot of people talk
I
about
like
Michigan.
Nah.
Nah.
You can
Niggas-
talk about them, but not
yeah,
when they play Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. they-
Home.
It's
Home
crazy
turf.
because
Home turf.
I stayed away from that game, but I was going to pick
Me
Ohio
too.
State.
I went with the game. I did the +9 and the plus in 16.
What? You took?
Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would went. I was
Yeah, I was
Ohio
on
State.
Ohio State. I just didn't touch it. I was like, you know what? I need
Well,
some
that's why.
rivalry game.
That's why you didn't touch it.
Yeah.
You touched it for the same reason I did. I mean.
So they zapped you on both cards.
Yeah, they got me.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
got me. But-
Michigan, Harbaugh.
House money is beautiful. I
Yeah.
would say.
Man, yesterday I almost won, man. Texas. I took a game and rolled the dice. Took Texas Tech. They was winning the game by 10 points in the third quarter,
Then Bloom.
and then lost by 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They was
how
up by
it goes.
10 in the third quarter
But it's watching, man. Soon as
and lost by 25.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm about to win
Well,
some
we
good
out of
Friday
here.
bread.
We'll talk to you next week. Sports Talk Live for the culture. We're out.
Peace,
Peace.
peace.
Around
I
5
know we
o'clock.
still on.
Around 5 o'clock.